right, we have been telling you, much to the Speaker's consternation, this student loan provision that our Howard Berg, the speed reader, has found in this reconciliation bill amendment, if you will, 153-page bill that he tore through like the back of a cereal box. That is still in there. We're getting a little bit more on this, that this student loan add-on includes a special deal for North Dakota, the so-called Bismarck bribe. The legislation contains provisions designed to ensure votes from wavering Democrats, including Kent Conrad of North Dakota, who's chairman of the Senate Budget Committee. So whether this makes up to the status of a Louisiana Purchase type of a buyoff or any of that, it's still too early to say. But I did want to get reaction now from Republican Indiana Congressman Mike Pence, who joins us right now. Congressman, what do you make of all this?
Hey, Neil. You know, here we go again. I mean, it seems like the Democrats will never learn. You know, the American people were horrified on Christmas Eve when the Senate passed the health care bill with the Cornhusker kickback and the Gatorade thing. And now as we rummage through this reconciliation bill filed online today, now we find there's a carve-out. I'm just absorbing it. I got briefed a little bit ago.
But Congressman, this carve-out was supposed to be carved out.
And there's only one state-owned bank in America?
Right. This was supposed to be carved out, this particular one, because you know, we cited here it's got to be a bit of an onerous and contentious issue, and we were told, well, that will probably be out. And lo and behold, in this bill, it's in there.
Yeah, it is astonishing. I think it continues to give evidence of how determined Democrats in the House and Senate and the White House are to pass this government takeover of health care over the clear majority objection of the American people. I mean, you know, I was home in Indiana last weekend. I got to tell you, the crowds at my town hall meetings and rallies were just overwhelmingly opposed to this government takeover, not overwhelmingly opposed to health care reform. They want Congress to act in a way that will lower the cost of health insurance. But I think you're going to, you know, these backroom deals, now this North Dakota carve-out for state-owned banks, pile that on top of the Cornhusker deal. And to be honest with you, Neil, the fact that the President of the United States on your air was actually defending the Louisiana Purchase and other of these backroom deals, I think it's just it's more of the same. It's more of why the American people want Congress to scrap this bill and start over.
You know, to be fair, I don't know if he was defending it as much, Congressman, saying he doesn't pay attention to how the sausage is made. I think that's what he said. I don't want to mischaracterize it. But let me ask you, could I ask you this?
I didn't see the interviews, but the fact the President was talking about the Louisiana Purchase and how that's going to help other states.
On this issue, all right, Congressman, Nancy Pelosi's office apparently said we're looking at the wrong thing here. This reconciliation bill, 150-some-odd pages long. It reconciles what? It refers back to what? When it keeps talking about a correction or an addendum or an add-on, it is going back to the Senate bill, is it not?
Right.
All right, so really, that's what we said. That's what we said. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi's office is arguing with that. Well, Nancy, Speaker, whatever your people call it, that's what we're doing. Okay, back to you, Congressman.
No, that's well, look, all we're really doing here is passing the Senate bill and sending it to the President. That's really all the Democrats have the power to do. This reconciliation strategy is a bill of goods the Democratic leadership is selling to some of their own members to say, look, all these offensive things in the Senate bill that bother you, we're going to quote-unquote fix them and send them in a reconciliation bill to the Senate. But as Kent Conrad, ironically from North Dakota, Kent Conrad said this afternoon that the reconciliation bill may not be able to pass the Senate. He identified today.
But this is real quickly. This is what was scored. This is what was scored. This reconciliation bill that refers back to that Senate bill that you guys effectively vote on is what was scored, right?
I think so. You're talking about the preliminary score by the CBO.
Gotcha. That's what I know.
Democrat leaders were saying was the actual score. So, yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. It's the Senate bill.
Thank you very, very much. And my offer still stands with the Speaker's office